A cordial welcome to you all mathematicians. CSIR NetSet Mathematics, Resource Person, Professor Suresh Kannan.
Winners are not people who never fail, but people who never quit. So who are the winners? So always we feel I cannot get success like that, but the winners are people who never fail, but people who never quit. Winners get failed many times, but they never quit. No substitute for hard work. In our maths language, there is no x such that x equal to hard work. Sincere, serious, systematic studies surely secure supreme success. எதையும் பிளான் பண்ணி பண்ணணும். ஆனால் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம், பிளான் பண்ணிகிட்டே ரொம்ப நாள் ஓட்டிடுவோம், ரைட்? ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஸோ பிளான் இட், systematically prepare, then surely you will get big success. Life is good for only two things: discovering mathematics and teaching mathematics. Stop thinking, start studying, or start preparing. So make it simple. Whenever you get confusion, so which one to start, either linear algebra or real analysis like that, don't confuse book or notebook and start preparation. That's all.
So how the question setters frame the question? So types of questions are framing questions, or what are the parameters used in framing question? So let's see. In general, testing of direct application of definition. So for example, what is a group? So directly it may be asked, we have to apply it. So definition. Testing of words or conditions involved in the definitions. So we should know other names for things. For example, abelian group or commutative group, like that. Cluster point, limit point, accumulation point. So different names we must know. So twisted names may be given. Testing of statements of theorems. So theorems, we have to check the statement. So Cayley-Hamilton theorem, every square matrix satisfies its characteristic polynomial, like that. Direct application of theorems. So Lagrange's theorem, order of a subgroup divides order of the group. So like that. Testing of theorems applications in both ways, whether the converse is true or not. So whenever you see the theorem or result, check whether the converse is true or not. And also, suppose some condition is given, some theorems become true. So you should know that also. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி தியரம் கொடுக்கும்போது அதோட கான்வர்ஸ் வந்து ட்ரூவா அப்படின்னு பார்த்துக்குங்க, செக் பண்ணணும். ஒரு சில புக்கில் இருக்காது, எப்போவுமே அது தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கோங்க. Finding or confirming of special points. The particular point continuous or not, discontinuous at which point, maximum or minimum at which point, like that. So special points. Testing of various counting techniques. This is very very important. Repeatedly questions are asked from this. So number of subgroups, number of p-Sylow subgroups, number of subbases, like that. So number of one-to-one functions. So number. So keep it in mind. Testing of practice of calculation and its accuracy. So calculation and accuracy, like numerical methods, we need accuracy. So point may be vary, so very careful. The parameters mentioned above are the only ones which are majorly kept in mind. So while framing multiple choice questions, it is seen that questions in the various exams are based on the above parameters only, or at the most a linear combination of the above parameters. So question எடுக்கிறவங்க இந்த 8ல டைரக்டாக எடுக்கலாம், இல்லைனா இதை மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி எடுக்கலாம். So one question setter or a question may be asked from these parameters. So for this you keep it in mind whenever you prepare a particular topic. Keep this in mind and prepare the questions and practice.
So directly enter motivation question. CSIR net. If p of x is a characteristic polynomial of a matrix A, then e power p of A is. Very important theorem, Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Every square matrix satisfies its characteristic equation. So here p of x is a characteristic polynomial of the matrix A. So p of A equal to 0. That is the meaning. So instead of x, you substitute A, that equation is satisfied. So that means p of A equal to 0 matrix, not 0 scalar. So e power 0 is not 1. E power 0 equal to identity matrix. That is important. This is the actual question. This is expansion itself given. So don't confuse with this. This is the expansion of e power x. So p is the characteristic polynomial, then e power p of b. The answer is option 1. Asked in Tamil Nadu set exam, if Aij equal to 1 for all I and j, then rank of A. Here order is not given, but we can find out. So all the entries are 1, that is the meaning. So 0 is not the option because only 0 matrix has rank 0. So you can eliminate D. For example, if you take matrix with order 3, so all the entries are 1 1 1. So convert into triangular form or echelon form. So all the entries are 1 1 1. So when you simplify, you will get first row alone 1 1 1, second and third row all the entries are 0. So rank equal to number of non-zero rows in echelon form, that is 1. So the answer is 1. G be a group of prime order, then what we can say? So prime order. So order means here first milestone of modern algebra group theory is Lagrange's theorem. Order of a subgroup divides order of the group. So here order of a group is prime order. So prime number has only two divisors, 1 and the number itself. So second option, G has no proper subgroups is the correct answer. So what about other option? G has no subgroups. Every group has subgroup. Even the only element 0 under addition, it has subgroup, that is the group itself. That is called the identity group. A group has only identity as element, only one element, then it is called the identity group. Identity group alone has only one subgroup, that is group itself. All other groups have two subgroups. One is identity group, identity subgroup, and another one is the group itself. They are called improper subgroups. So only two. So for a prime order, only it has two improper subgroups. That is G has no proper subgroups. Third one, G has more than two subgroups. This is not possible because prime order. Suppose G has more than two. Suppose it has three subgroup means the third number must divide this prime number. But a prime number has only two positive divisors. So C is not possible. And then what about D? Every group of prime order is cyclic. So every cyclic group is abelian. So group of prime order is abelian. So this answer is incorrect. So only option B is correct. What is the smallest possible order of a non-abelian group? 5 is a prime number, so cyclic as well as abelian. 7 is a prime number. And what about the infinity? Z comma plus is an abelian group. Order is infinity. So this is also eliminated. So only 6 is the answer. Example S3, symmetric group on 3 symbols. It is non-abelian with 6 elements. So direct question, the number of conjugate classes in Sn is, answer is number of partitions of n. Suppose we take 3 can be written as 3, 2 plus 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 3 types. That is called the number of partitions. So number of partitions of 3 equal to 3. The notation is P of 3. So P of 3 equal to 3. Both CSIR net and JRF. CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. National Eligibility Test is conducted by NTA, actually National Testing Agency. This is last time onwards, that is December 2019 onwards, NTA is conducting the exam on behalf of UGC. So twice in the month of June and December every year for assistant professorship and JRF. We will see in detail. So keep this official website address. First one, csrnet.nta.nic.in. This is to apply and to see other details. And this one, CSIR official website, this is to see the final result. That is very important, so don't confuse. And another net exam is there, that is called UGC net, NTA UGC net. Maths comes under the CSIR net exam, not UGC net. So who can write CSIR net exam? MSc completed students or MSc second year students or MSc first year students. So this many have this doubt. MSc first year student also can write the exam, but after completing the second year only you will get the certificate. So that is important. The MPhil degree is not necessary to write a net or a set exam. So what is the meaning of lectureship or assistant professorship? After qualifying net exam, one can work anywhere in India as assistant professor. Age limit. There is no upper age limit for assistant professorship, junior research fellowship. So this is also one question paper only. There is no separate question paper. So one question paper. From that they are selecting JRF and assistant professors. So stipend it is revised from this last year January onwards. So 31,000 per month. And apart from that 20,000 is given per year. Third year onwards the sub is increased to 35,000 per month. Age limit. There is age limit for JRF, usually 28 years. So relaxation is there for SC and ST candidate, physically handicapped or visually handicapped candidate, and all female applicants, irrespective of your caste, all female candidates can attend up to 28 plus 5, 33 years. And for OBC candidates, OBC male candidates, 3 years relaxation. So 28 plus 3, 31. So my suggestion is, if you have age, apply for JRF. If you apply for JRF, but you didn't get the JRF cutoff, but you get lectureship cutoff, so automatically you are eligible to work as lecturer or assistant professor. So that is important. So better you can attend you can apply for JRF. And also there is a lot of confusion whether assistant professor JRF is a separate result like that. So I just now said, நீங்கள் JRF apply பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு அசிஸ்டன்ட் ப்ரொஃபஸருக்கு கட் ஆஃப் தான் வந்துச்சுன்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக அசிஸ்டன்ட் ப்ரொஃபஸர் அப்படிங்கிற பாஸில் வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்துடும். ஸோ யுவர் நேம் ஆர் ரோல் நம்பர் வில் கம் அண்டர் அசிஸ்டன்ட் ப்ரொஃபஸர் எலிஜிபிள் லிஸ்ட். ஸோ நோ ப்ராப்ளம். சப்போஸ் யூ அப்ளைடு அசிஸ்டன்ட் ப்ரொஃபஸர் ஒன்லி, யூ கெட் த கட் ஆஃப் ஆஃப் JRF, but you cannot do JRF. That is important. So clearly you have to mention whether assistant professor only or JRF. So JRF means both. That is the meaning. Okay, that is your choice. Doing a PhD or not is your choice. So keep this in mind. So NET exam has 3 parts, not 3 papers. So 3 parts. This is from June 2011. The part A syllabus, generally general aptitude and this analytical, numerical ability, quantitative comparison, series formation, buzzets. And then for NET exam, common syllabus are part B and C, and set exam paper 2. Set exam pattern is different, so don't confuse with this. But for the set exam paper 2, the same syllabus. So linear algebra. So usually I give this for my students. Exam and percentage of marks, average mark. For NET exam, linear algebra 24% like that. Set exam 15%. GATE, IIT JAM, NDHM, TRB like that. TNPSC means Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission, because there is specific exams for mass candidates like statistician like that. So this is syllabus: vector space, subspace, algebra, matrices. This matrix concept is important. At least 6 questions are taken from the topic matrices. Likewise, this is very important topic. We will see later. Then unit 1, real analysis. This is 17% in the CSIR NET exam. This both real analysis and linear algebra is in unit 1. So this is very important unit. You should not omit. As much as possible you should cover first unit. And then complex analysis. Complex analysis is very less in syllabus quantity, so you can thorough this complex analysis fully. Comparing modern algebra in unit 2. This is modern algebra. So sometimes you cannot attend modern algebra questions, may be difficult, but most of the times you can attend complex analysis questions. Unit 3 has applied maths. It has 6 topics. Among 6 topics, differential equation has more weightage. So if you want to prepare unit 3, give importance to differential equation, after that numerical analysis, and then linear integral equation. These are all your choice. You can leave some topics. And then unit 4, descriptive statistics and OR. This is specifically for MSc statistics students. So this is your choice whether you can attend or omit. So in short, I make this part A, general aptitude and reasoning. So part B and C, unit 1, raw law. See here, remember lyrics. In your own lyrics, you can make a lyric this: raw law, Markov, topology, differential equation, numeric analysis, mechanics, calculus of variations, integral equation, statistics and what. So this is 4 lines. That's all the syllabus.
So important topics. Linear algebra is easy and high scoring topic, so never miss anything from linear algebra. Almost cover all the topics in linear algebra. In particular, these are important topics. Matrix and determinant related question. You can expect minimum 6 questions from this heading. Then linear transformation and matrix related to linear transformation. The rank and nullity theorem related questions. Minimal polynomial, Jordan canonical form, and inner product space, and then orthonormal basis. So these are the topics repeatedly asked. Book you can refer Sam series linear algebra, and then modern algebra. So actually this is a huge syllabus. In particular, you can cover homomorphism, permutation groups, cyclic groups, Cayley's theorem, class equations, Sylow's theorem, very very important, repeatedly asked, and also irreducibility criteria, very very important. Almost all the times the questions are asked from these topics. So these are reference books. Joseph Gallian, Contemporary Abstract Algebra, or Erskine, Topics in Algebra. This time management is very very important. So most people fail in time management. So totally we have 3 hours exam. You can divide like this. According to you, it may vary. So in general, part A 20 to 25 minutes attend, and then part B 55 to 65 minutes. Part C, actually part C in mathematics, it has more than one option. So when attending part C, be very clear and attend. So though it has no negative mark, but for one question you can get 4.75 mark. So which part you have to attend first? It is the question everyone have doubt. It depends upon you, but I recommend first attend part B. Okay, because part B single correct answer. So after some time you will be free from tension. So first attend part B, and then part A, and then part C. But it is not a rule. It depends on you. So keep it in mind. R cube. Read, repeat, revise. Read, repeat, revise. This is the main thing you have to follow to clear the exam, either net or.
So what is the question pattern? 3 hours, 200 marks. So part A 20 questions, you have to attend 15. Part B 40 questions, you have to attend 25 questions. And then part C, among 60 questions, you have to attend only 20. So in shortcut I give like this: bracket total number of questions, 15 questions you have to be attended. So 15 into 2 30 marks, 25 into 3 75 marks, 20 into 4.75 95. So in total 200 marks. Part A and part B questions have negative marking at 25%, but part C has no negative marking. But in part C, why this much of options? Only maths has this type of questions, multiple choice. That is, for one question, one or more than one answer may be there. Suppose 4 options are correct, may be correct. So that is important. If you attend only 2 as correct instead of 4, you cannot get mark. So there is no negative marking, there is no partial credit in part C. Part A and part B 25% negative mark. So it is given here. So 15 minutes earlier the question will be given offline exam, but in online exam it will be displayed. Usually think, so in when we study PG, many people are afraid of writing net exam. You may be threatened, net exam is very difficult like that. So what are other benefits? Suppose plan A is not worked, so what about plan B? See, when you prepare net exam, it is useful for many exams. For example, net exam syllabus covered in almost all PG level competitive exam. Set exam 100% same syllabus. GATE exam around 80%. TRB PG, Teacher Writing Board, postgraduate, particularly this for Tamil Nadu people. So Polytechnic 60%. Tamil Nadu Public Service comes in, BSc, MSc, Maths or Statistics. Particularly they are conducting exams for Maths graduates. So if you are a staff, you can teach well. when you clear, if you cleared the NET exam. So UG PG student, you can teach this. Will, if you are a student, if you prepare for this exam, you can do your internal or semester exam well. So these are other benefits of NET preparation. So cutoff or qualifying mark, usually cutoff for unreserved around 50 to 60. This is for JRF and this is for NET exam. And OBC 40, NET exam 36. Usually 5% difference between NET means only lectureship, JRF means junior research fellowship to do PhD. So usually there will be 5% difference. So it's December 2017 and then June 2017, like that. So consider you should take 60% mark, that is 120 marks. Surely you will get cleared irrespective of your category. So aim for 120 marks, surely you will get success. Okay sir, these are all you are saying. So how to prepare, where to start? So many of people have starting trouble. I want to clear NET exam but I don't know where to start. எப்படி ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுறதுன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல சார் அப்படிலாம் ஃபீல் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ ஃபார் திஸ் preparation tips. So usually do not start with the high standard books. What is the meaning of high standard book? ஸோ ஒரு புக்கை பார்க்கும்போது நமக்கு எதுவுமே புரியலை அப்படின்னா அதான் ஹை ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் புக். இப்போ உடனே நம்ம சொல்லிடுவோம் எல்லாமே எனக்கு ஹை ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் புக்கு தான் சார். ஸோ like that. So usually foreign author books or the books prescribed for PG are abstract in nature. So they are high standard books. You take that book, you will get bored suddenly. So start with your UG or PG college own notebooks or textbook. Suppose if you have these in your hand, suppose you have you did your PG 10 years ago, it's not possible to have these notebooks. Suppose you have, you can use this. Why I am saying this? Think when you are in exam hall writing exam for a particular question, without your knowledge, your brain think the question answer is in the left hand side of your notebook. So psychologically I am saying own notebooks you can prepare. எக்ஸாம் எழுதும்போது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம யோசிச்சுட்டே எழுதுவோம். ஸோ ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த நோட் புக்கில் அல்லது புக்கில் அது எந்த பக்கம் இருந்துச்சு, லெஃப்ட் ஹேண்ட் சைடு ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடு நம்ம பிரெயினுக்கு வந்து ஸ்ட்ரைக் ஆகும். ஸோ அவர் பிரெயின் இஸ் வெரி வெரி பிரில்லியன்ட். யூ ஹேவ் டு யூஸ். So first two options are optional. So okay, you no need to use that. It is suppose now you are studying PG means you are already studying standard book. So there is no other option. This is general. Okay, first and second option, 0 and 1. And then second, read and understand first. Take one book at a time. Don't confuse many books at a time. Don't read many books at a time. It will confuse you. First understand, then go for standard book. Or use material. Usually in my coaching I give material. Then third one, see previous NET papers. When you are get bored during this lockdown, so many of us are get bored, so take the question paper and read. So no, you no need to you have to, you no need to say the answer, but just read. Why I am saying this means our brain automatically store the informations from which topic this question is asked, like that. Okay, so from June 2011 to December 2019 there are 18 CSIR NET papers available plus one model test paper available in CSIR website. So totally 19. If you know the answers for these 19 papers, that's enough. And then fourth one, buy other best books covering NET topics, or better you can use materials. That's enough. Because at a time if you buy 10 books for one topic, it is very difficult to cover all the 10 books for a particular topic alone. Usually I suggest this, prepare in the following order. First one, linear algebra, because problem oriented mostly. Second one, modern algebra, real analysis, complex analysis. Topology, 2 or 3 questions will come. This is a choice. And then unit 3, ODE, PDE, numeric analysis, mechanics, calculus of variations, integral equations. So you may omit some topics from this. The third unit, that is your choice. Fourth one, statistics and OR, pure maths. If you studied MSc mathematics, that is called pure mathematics. MSc applied mathematics, MSc statistics like that. But if you studied only MSc mathematics mean, that is called pure mathematics. So pure mathematics students also attend questions from unit 4 because some may have a doubt on this. That's why I put this sentence here. So unit 1 higher weightage, so very important, so cover as much as possible. Unit 1 means linear algebra and real analysis. So cover at least 2 units, so no need to cover all the 4 units, so 50% enough. Sixth point, so many of us fail in the sixth point, regular study schedule like 3 or 4 hours. How many hours to study to clear the exam? This depends on you, I cannot say. Even if you study 3 hours efficiently, that's enough. But if you have time and interest, you can study 18 hours also, that is your choice. But make it regularity. So 2 things, one is regularity and another one is punctuality. So and also familiarity, regularity and familiarity. So till the concept become failure, study it, that's all. So regularly study. Seventh one, use diary to note topic you study on particular day so that recalling easy. The problem is, suppose net exam after 6 months you start today, after 1 or 2 months you forgot what you studied 2 months ago. What means which topic you studied itself you might forget. So that is the meaning. So that's why I am recommending this point. Use diary. So diary means date is there. So you can write simply the topic. You no need to write essay. This particular day, the linear algebra is studied vector space. So LA vector space. That's all. That's enough. Then 8th point, focus on topics asked in previous papers. That is very important. The 9th point, usually number of type questions are asked and answer in numerical type question. So counting technique, no many counting technique, number of functions, number of on-to function, number of on-to function, number of bases, number of subgroups of a particular group, number of p-silo subgroups, like that. Last but not least, very important, accept failure. Don't get depressed after failure. So my suggestion is try one more time. So usually don't give pressure to yourself. Okay, so relaxly prepare, relax. So be relaxed and prepare. You will get success. So don't get much depression. Right. So all the very best. 3 points for success. If not you, then who? Then who? You can do anything and everything. If not now, then when? If not here, then where? So you can do then and now itself you can do, here itself you can do. So that is the meaning. So my rules, I follow this 1 second rule. Suppose we are in our home, there is a TV remote and then book. Usually which one we choose? Usually you choose TV remote. So 1 second rule. So decide to change 1 second, think and decide, take your book. That is 1 second rule. So this each and every 1 second will change your life. Second one, find and replace rule. This is like the first one also. Find which are the things spoil your time. Watching TV, watching mobile, using mobile, replace it by preparation or studying book, like that. Third rule, follow first 2 rules. So thank you for watching. Wish you all get success. Prepare well. You can do anything and everything. You have full strength. Don't feel I got only this much of mark in +2 or college UG PG, but at this